Fancy Nancy, Nancy's dog show disaster. Fancy Nancy, Nancy's dog show disaster. There's no author written down here.
That's okay.
I guess it's a Disney book. Ooh la la! Bree and I are watching a dog show on TV. Dog shows are très elegant. Dogs do tricks to show how talented they are, and then a judge decides which dog is best. That lucky dog wins a trophy. Too bad Frenchie can't be in a dog show, I tell Bree. Since he's the fanciest dog in the world, he would win for sure. Then I get an idea that is fantastique. That's French for fantastic. We can have a dog show in my backyard. Oh yeah, says Bree. I can enter Waffles, and Lionel can enter his dog Flash. And we can ask Rhonda and Wanda to be the judges, since they don't have a dog, I say. I'll spread the word, then I'll get Waffles so we can practice, Bree says. I can't wait to start. I can see that Frenchie is excited too. Oh, Frenchie, once you win the dog show, everyone will see what I already know, that you're the fanciest dog in the world, I say. Just imagine all the sublime tricks he'll do. He'll jump through hoops and dance on 2 feet. The judges will be dazzled. That's fancy, for they'll love it. I know we will win that trophy. Bree arrives with Waffles. We're ready to practice, she says. Since I'm practically an expert at dog shows, I explain how it's done. A dog show has 2 parts, I say, the plain part and the fancy part. The plain part is when the dogs show that they are obedient. That's fancy for they do what you say. Bree tells Waffles to sit, stand, and lie down. Waffles does everything Bree says. Oh, what a good dog, Waffles, says Bree. Oui, très bien, Waffles, I say. That's French for very good. Now Frenchie will demonstrate the fancy part of the contest. When dogs show off their special skills, I say, ooh la la, I know Frenchie is going to be more than good. He's going to be spectacular. I hold up a hoop and I say, jump, Frenchie. But Frenchie doesn't jump. Instead, he barks and runs away. Uh-oh. Stop, Frenchie, I shout. He just keeps running toward Mrs. Devine and her little dog, Jewel. He wants to play, but Jewel does not want to play. She wants to get away from Frenchie. It's okay, Jewel, says Mrs. Devine. Leap. Jewel jumps right into her arms. I apologize to Mrs. Devine. Sorry, Frenchie's just excited for our dog show today, I say. I grab Frenchie's collar, feeling embarrassed that he didn't listen to my commands. I tell Bree that Frenchie's had enough practice for now. Au revoir, I say. Bye, Nancy, says Bree. See you at the dog show. I didn't want to tell Bree, but really I just wanted to practice with Frenchie in private. Frenchie, I'm not sure you understand how important this dog show is. For you, I say. But if you want to win, you must be obedient. We decide to keep practicing. I try giving Frenchie easy commands. Sit, stand, lie down. But Frenchie doesn't do what I say. Instead, he gives me doggy kisses. Oh, Frenchie, I adore you too, I say, but doggy kisses won't win us the dog show. Oh, but they are lovey. I see Frenchie looking at my hoop. Now I understand Frenchie doesn't want to do those boring moves since he's a fancy dog. He wants to do a fancy trick. I hold the hoop and I say, Frenchie, jeté. That's French for leap. But Frenchie doesn't jeté. Instead, he grabs the hoop with his mouth. He wants to play. This is bad, terrible, dreadful. If this is how Frenchie is going to behave, we will never win the dog show. Just then, the other contestants arrive. Let's do this, says Lionel. He has brought his dog Flash. Yay, Waffles can't wait, says Bree. Rhonda and Wanda even brought a trophy for the winners. Cool, a trophy with a bone on it. Rhonda and Wanda go over the rules. To get this trophy, A dog must win both parts of the contest, obedience and special skills, Rhonda explains. The dog show will start in 5 minutes, says Wanda. I just don't understand, I tell Frenchie. Since I'm fancy, my dog should be fancy too. I'm practically pouring my heart out to Frenchie, but instead of listening to me, he runs after Jewel again. Come back, I shout. Mrs. Devine sees Frenchie coming and says, Jewel, leap, again. Jewel leaps right into her arms. Jewel is très fancy. If I had a dog like her, I'd win the dog show absolument. That's French for absolutely. Ooh la la, that gives me a brilliant idea. I will ask Miss Devine if she will do me a favor. Of course, says Miss Devine. Anything for you, Nancy. The dog show begins. Where's Frenchie? Bree asks. I explain that Frenchie is indisposed. That's fancy for he can't make it. Luckily, Jewel can take his place. No way, says Lionel. I've seen Jewel do fancy tricks. Yeah, no fair, Nancy, says Bree. But Rhonda and Wanda say it's okay. A dog's a dog, so I can compete with Jewel. Do you think that's fair? We start with part 1, obedience. We tell our dogs to sit, stand, and lie down. All the dogs do what we say, but Jewel is by far the most elegant. Look at that. Jewel is sitting on a fancy pillow even. Halfway through the competition, Rhonda and Wanda announce that Jewel and I are in the lead. Magnifique! We're winning, I tell Jewel. Do you want to give me doggy kisses to celebrate? But Jewel turns away, uninterested. She doesn't even want to cuddle. Look at that. No, paw in the face. No doggy kisses for you. Now it's time for Jewel to show off her special skill. I'm almost 100% positive that once the judges see Jewel leap through the hoop, we'll win that trophy. I hold up the hoop for Jewel, but then I see Frenchie in the window. He looks really sad. I begin to miss Frenchie terribly. Oh, there's not a word fancy enough to describe how much I love him. I apologize to Jewel. You're talented and fancy dog, I tell her, but my heart belongs to another. Oh, look at the happy face. Frenchie, here, boy, I shout. Frenchie is so excited to hear me call his name that he runs out of the doggy door as fast as he can. I hold out my arms. I can't wait for us to embrace. That's fancy for hug. Wanda blows her whistle. Nancy, you can't show 2 dogs, she says. You're disqualified. Bree and Waffles win the dog show, says Rhonda. I don't care if we didn't win, I tell Frenchie. To me, you're still the best dog in the world. Frenchie just barks. I think that's dog for happy. The end.